Hi, my name's Gecko. Welcome back to a slightly different Mini Motorways video. Today we're just going to be talking about a bug that I found in the game. So first and foremost, it's this current version. So today I'm recording on the 26th of September 2021. Is when I found this bug. So basically, let me take you through it. Effectively, what I had here, which I was trying to rectify, was I had a large cluster of purple houses, subsidised by a small section of houses, all going across to feed a square building and a circle building. Now they're having a bit of trouble because there was just a bit of congestion on here. So to effectively sort this, my idea was to effectively move motorway 2 so that this whole section here can just go straight to here without the need for a junction, okay, other than obviously the junctions within the suburb. But that's not where the issues were. The issues were actually further along, and then this suburb of 7 houses can go straight in to feed this purple square building here. Obviously the yellows are all being handled via these 4 and these 4 here, but again the main issue wasn't these junctions here, okay, it was this roundabout that was causing the issue. So that was my idea. Let me show you how that progressed. So instead of using the method of moving a motorway, you find issues when doing that. So what I tend to do, where possible, if I've got a spare motorway, I'll use that instead. So there we go. Okay, so let's just bring it to a halt there. Okay, so effectively what I've done there is removed a motorway and put another one in its place, fairly near to where the original one was started. And this one goes beyond where this one finished, which was just in front of the roundabout, which then joined here. So by doing that, it means that we're not going to have any stoppage with regards to these ones, because if you just move a motorway, effectively it has to have all of the destinations and all of the trips that you've had. They will have to finish before the motorway disappears and moves across. But by using a second motorway and then just removing that first one, effectively you're not going to have any stoppage in the sense of these houses aren't going to say, right, let's wait. They have a new route to get across, so they can use that at will. And then we just got to wait for this other motorway that we had previously to disappear so that we can reuse it elsewhere on the map. But that shouldn't hinder us, especially on these purples. Now, the interesting part of this, okay, is that obviously these 7 houses, and this is what you're going to need to keep an eye on, these 7 houses are all connected to here, okay. Now that is connected, okay. The only difference here was that instead of the only change to their route is instead of going around a roundabout, they just go straight through it now, okay, because that roundabout is gone. The reason we had the roundabout, of course, was for that motorway to filter onto it, but we're not having that junction anymore, so we can just go straight through it. So I do a little bit of fighting around here, because we had a pink building spawn here and then we had another purple building spawn here. Now we're going to watch what happens here, okay, but basically this purple building, throughout all of that, this purple building has started getting a bit agitated, okay. You can see we've got a load of cars sitting at home, okay. You'd think they'd be on their way, but as you can see, this road is completely clear. Not even the yellows are going, okay. Now that may be because these yellows are actually being handled by a closer one, so we kind of have to discount that. So the yellows might still think they've got a way there, but for whatever reason these purples are not going, even though they've got a clear route, okay. And the only difference to their route now is that instead of going around the roundabout that was there, they're going straight through, okay. But this causes us to die, because we've had absolutely no traffic go through, because this circle is replaced. Now if we go back, and I'm going to turn off that annoying hold music, If we go back, okay, you can effectively see here, when I remove it, you'd think, now that I've put this line in place, that these cars that are still on their way or whatever, you'd think that they'd have all gone straight through on their way back because they no longer need to go around the roundabout. But when I slowed it down and watched it, it was a case that actually they did go around the roundabout. They didn't go straight through. And what's really interesting here, okay, is that at no point does this disappear until right at the end here, I believe, is it? No, not even there. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't even disappear, of course. So it doesn't disappear at any point, which is really odd, because I was kind of expecting... And also, we didn't get the motorway back as well. This is one of the annoying things, is we didn't get the motorway back. So if the game had continued, something was causing that motorway to not come back to us. So I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. But whatever it was stopping, and this should not happen, is stopping these houses from fulfilling the destination requests or the pickup requests that were here. So yeah, very interesting, but not entirely sure what's happened there. If there is an intended mechanic, where, because the only thing I can think of is that we have 3 houses here that only have 1 car in the garage, so we've got 3 cars that are just completely missing. Now the only thing I can think of is that they were sent to this destination, and they're effectively going to go. Obviously, they're at this destination. They're going to have to go across this motorway, and then across the old motorway, to then use the roundabout to then get home. But what I don't understand, and so that you can kind of understand why the roundabout is stay there in the background and the motorway stays there in the background, because there must be, those 3 cars must be just waiting somewhere or on their way back. In fact, actually, when we look at that, this car here, this car here, if you watch it as we die here, this car here is actually turning onto that old motorway. So that's what that car is about to do, is go and do that journey that I've just described. I don't understand, however, why that is stopping this from happening. So if anyone can explain that to me, because I'm not entirely sure how I could have bypassed that unless I had to like draw my road under and around. And if that is the case, then why does it not stop me from drawing across? Because when you're trying to do that with a motorway, with the end of a motorway, it doesn't let you actually draw onto where the end of the motorway was or draw through it, because it goes, right, well, you can't do that because it's that area is still in use. So where I've gone through a roundabout, obviously it doesn't think that's in use, but it's still not going to send them. So I'm seeing that as a bug that they need to rectify. Obviously, the way that I did that was to bypass, like I said earlier, how the motorways work when you're moving them. Effectively, moving a motorway at this stage is a complete death sentence. So you have to have a spare motorway in order to shuffle them like I did. However, in this instance, that's caused a problem for me. So what I'm going to do from now on is, once I've moved motorways, I'm not actually going to remove any roads. Okay, I'm just going to work with the existing roads until the old motorway has disappeared. Okay, and that's what I suggest everyone else does if you're watching this. But effectively leave all the roads in, because if I'd have left that in, where the road had continued to go here, then these cars would have still been able to get back onto that road, go around that roundabout, around the roundabout, and then get home, rather than having to go motorway, and then back home. So yeah, a little bit odd that it allows you to do that and then punishes you for it. But I don't think that's an intended game mechanic. I think that's a bug. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have anything to add to this, then do let me know. if you've been caught out by this as well. I wonder whether you got as frustrated as I did. Check out the video. I'll link to the original video of this attempt. Obviously, this was Dubai. Actually, smashed my previous record, and I would have continued to go on, I think, and smash it further. The only other instances that I think were having a bit of a problem were these light blues here, but I'd have been able to solve that with the motorway. And then the pinks as well, which I was going to sort out some of this so that they were going to go directly to their routes instead. So I reckon I would have got a lot higher score. But if you want to check out that video, I'll link to it in the description. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope this was informative in some way. And yeah, until next time, take care.